Hello everybody, and welcome back to Rain Check. We're still doing some investigating. I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm not. I guess I just lied. Sorry, it's fine. It's getting to the, do I have allergies? I'll never know. It's fine. Yeah, we're still doing some investigating, right? David went off into the wide blue yonder. But we're doing things. The fox walked up to the tape, instinctively peering through and inspecting the locks. Huh. I was expecting to see something more dramatic. Well, might as well see what's inside, right? Give me a second. I think I can pick these. Ro and I observed in silence as we see the fox meticulously work the pick in his paw into the lock. A minute passes before we hear something drop to the floor. Shit. What is it? The pick snapped. Looks like I'm rustier than I thought. Come on, Javier. Oh. Javier scratches his head and takes out his phone. Oh. Oh's right. We're out of luck. I didn't bring a spare. Oh, then let me fill you in on what we've been thinking so far. Ro divulges his thoughts, pointing out the peculiarities? Peculiarities? That's it! I think that's that word. I know that word. I think. He's noticed. The puzzling door barricade, the unaltered locks, and the conspicuous absence of security personnel. I'm getting there. Words are happening. Language is being spoken. Now that you mention it, I did think it was too easy getting back here. So, I guess that's that. Can't we have Ro try and open the door as well? No, I'm not. I'm strong, but not that strong. This door looks like it's made of reinforced steel. Try it anyway. Flattered, though. Plus, I couldn't find what we were looking for when I was in the other room. Can't even investigate beyond these doors at the moment. Disappointment. Disappointing, but alright. Let's proceed to our next point of interest, then. What about David? Aren't we gonna go wait for him? As if in response to my thoughts, I catch sight of a pair of antlers poking out from behind some shelves, moving swiftly towards us. I'm back! I got it! Surprised, we all spin around to witness David sprinting toward us, swiveling a hefty sized keyring. Where the heck did he get that? Oh. It's the fun music, because the fun man is here. He's an excitable, happy fella. I like that. Excuse me. What is that? I got the master keys. And how did you manage to do that? No, it was easy. I just went to the help desk and asked for the keys. They weren't interested in helping until I showed them my ID. So, this is what being a billionaire is like. They gave you the entire keyring? Just like that? Oh yeah, I guess so. We can open all the doors now if we want. I need to return it as soon as possible, though, or security will be after me. Javier and I look at each other before he shrugs back, prompting a nervous laugh from me. Ro plucks the key from David's grasp and tosses them to Javier, who barely manages to catch them in time. Well, I guess we can check what's inside the door now. He cycles through the keys, testing each one until a sudden clicking sound resonates. After a brief pause, he tears off the tape, enabling him to pull the door outwards. Inside, a dimly lit room comes into view, with lights streaming in from the main room, with several small boxes scattered about. The investigators cautiously step into the room, scrutinizing every detail with the assistance of a black light that Javier produces at the last moment. David and I carefully watch the two from outside. My brain's catching up to where I'm looking. It happens sometimes.
It's a lot emptier than I thought.
Maybe they cleared it out. Oh God, what is that smell?
No idea what you're talking about.
You don't smell it? It's this faint odor. The sweet faint odor. I can't remember when I've smelt this before. Ro ignores Javier's comment and fixes his attention to the ground.
Doesn't it appear? It doesn't appear to have much inside. But wait, these boxes.
The wolf picks up one of the boxes to examine it, shakes it, and then tosses it back down.
They belong to Cypress. All these boxes are empty, too.
Wait, what do we have here? The fox leans over and pulls out a small gray rag from within one of the boxes. How suspicious.
Let me take a look at that.
They exchange the cloth around, and Ro holds it up to the light. The wolf cautiously raises the cloth to his snoot, only to recoil abruptly.
Fucking!
Ro coughs a few times, prompting Javier to take the rag from him and cautiously examines it himself. Words spoken, truly. The Javier scrunches up his face, pulling his sleeve over his nose and quickly ducking out of the storage room. It's chloroform.
Chloroform? Are you okay?
I rush to Javier's side. He looks like he's really out of it.
Yeah, that would explain the smell. Ugh, starting to get a headache.
The fox takes a few steps without my aid, but loses his balance, ultimately stumbling into David. Oh, Mr. Fox, are you okay?
Just a bit dizzy. I should be fine. All right, I think we've seen enough. David, help Javier out of here. Theodore, help me clean up. We're leaving.
Got it. Ro and I quickly, tidy up, wiping away any prints, while David helps escort Javier out. Man, I hope we don't have to come back here. It's freezing, and it doesn't help that I'm in a t-shirt and shorts. But it's one of Ro's t-shirts.
I don't think the cool air inside did me any favors. Everyone good? Yeah, I think so.
Wow, that was so much fun. We should do that more often. I couldn't find what I was looking for, though. I guess someone took the stuff I was searching for, something. Hey, that reminds me. Are you guys undercover police? All eyes fixate on the reindeer, his gaze darting to his phone in a sudden panic as an alarm blares. Oops, I need to head back and return the keys now. If you ever want to hang out again, I have the whole North Penthouse block reserved in the Grand Marine. Bye! We all stare at David as he runs down the hall, only to turn around and sprint the other way.
We should get out of here too, before someone sees us. Good idea.
I like when Ro doesn't have his coat on. He looks real good. He's a cute lad. Look at those shoulders. Look at those arms. I like that. We're back in Ro's room. I'm starting to connect the dots as well as I can, but I'm drawing blanks.
What if David's somehow involved in this?
Ha! That's a good one.
Yeah, sorry, just thinking out loud.
I think that's the funniest thing you've said since I met you. The conversation wanes as Ro resumes his slow pacing. Suddenly, he stops and pulls out a small notepad, jotting down thoughts fervently. The wolf moves across the room and shares his notes with Javier. The fox's gaze fixated on the rain, on the rain trails down the hall. The window? Not the hall. It's not raining in the hall, but you can see it at the window because it's always raining. The game's called Rain Check. Theodore, besides David, do you have any other ideas on Cypress?
I'm not sure. It still feels too open-ended to make any conclusions, like we're circling around a mystery.
The wolf continues his methodical pacing and jotting down more thoughts before walking over and extending the notepad to me.
Here.
I can't read a single thing wrote. Why is it like this? Why is language like this? Wrote. Okay. Good. It's just a bunch of scribbles.
I'm having a hard time reading this. It kind of looks like a doctor wrote this.
How fitting. You hear that, Ro? You were meant to be a doctor after all.
Sure. Only if you pay the tuition.
Hey. Yeah. Let me see what else you wrote. The fox snatches the note out of Ro's paw before scanning through them carefully. Locking themselves inside meant they left through the cargo door. The plant we were looking for are gone. The plants? Yes, we're looking for are gone, but attempted robbery was reported. Inconsistent. Chloroform was present, potentially used on someone. No security. That's all.
Well, do you think I'm missing anything?
I think for a second. Everything makes sense, but the chloroform keeps sticking out to me.
I feel like we're... If the plants were there, we don't know when they could have been moved out. So, it could have been before or after the robbery. But what's with the chloroform? I feel like it was using... I feel like if I was using that, I wouldn't have hid it in a box. It makes me wonder if they were in a rush to escape and had to dispose of it quickly. Besides that, I have no idea what any of this could mean.
Good observations. I came to the same conclusion about the rag.
You guys probably have better ideas than me. I have a theory. At some point, a staff of Cypress came in and was
I know the word. I just can't pronounce it. I can get subsequently. I got there. Okay, see, I know the word. Shut up.
Subsequently attacked. The attackers subdued the staff, opened the door, transported the inventory, including the plants, through the loading zone, and barred the entrance, before leaving because they heard someone coming. Because of which, they were in a rush to hide the rags and toss it in the box.
I nod back, seemingly able to understand that line of logic. I see. I thought that at first, but there's something that feels off about all this.
Enlighten me.
Dust said that whoever was trying to break in couldn't get past all the locks. But assuming if that reindeer was telling the truth, and that was kept hidden from the public, why did Dust know about it? Who was that person that Dust told? That told Dust, sorry. Flipping words, you know how I am.
Are you suggesting it was an inside job or something?
Exactly. Let's call this person that told Dust Z. Z knew about the crime, but how? Easy. Z either witnessed, committed, or heard that from a peer. The most plausible thing was that happened as Z heard about this from another staff member of Cypress. That or security. I doubt Z attempted the robbery only to talk about it with Dust.
Right. And the issue here is if Z knew about this, they would have nothing to hide. Yet they reported this was an attempted robbery, even though everything is empty. So Z's most likely telling the truth, and someone lied to them. Wait, but how do we know that stuff wasn't just moved out after the attempted robbery?
That's illogical with how things are currently presented. Actually, if Cypress moved the things after the attempted robbery, then they either put the plank or they didn't.
It doesn't make sense for them to bar the entrance. They don't have a motive. They don't have a motive. So, therefore, Cypress had to have entered before the door was barred, else they wouldn't have been able to come in, and then most likely would have reported the blockade.
A contradiction.
Wait. That puts a hole in my theory. If the staff member was subdued by the attacker, and the attacker barred off the door, then the staff member would have had to remove the plague before they left. I'm confused.
No problem. Let's backtrack our thoughts and see what falls out from the ruling of that logic. First, if we suppose Z was right, and that it was an attempted robbery, that means the reason there's nothing inside was because Cypress already moved it out afterwards. But that means the plank must have been placed after Cypress left too. If so, by whom?
Either Cypress, or another company.
Right. But why would another company barricade the door? More likely than that, it was probably Cypress. And secondly, if we suppose Z was wrong, then someone lied to them, meaning the robbery was actually successful.
Which seems like the case with the chloroform and 2x4.
The only issue is, why lie about it being an attempted robbery? Perhaps an inside job or smuggling? Who knows? Either way, it seems like Cypress is hiding something.
So, what do you guys think really happened? Do you think they're doing shady stuff, and this is just the surface, or?
The fox strokes his chin for a second before plopping down on the sofa. Hard to say. I'm leaning towards Cypress being faking something. Naturally, they would have access down there, and it's easy enough for them to clear out their own unit, bar off the entrance, and leave through the loading zone in the back. Why? I don't know, but I'm going to bet my tail that it's related to the contents inside their storage room. Probably the plants, too.
Noted.
The wolf ripped out a page from his notepad and neatly places it in one of the folders on the desk.
I suggest we continue the main investigation, perhaps from a different angle now.
Agreed. We finish this task to the best of our abilities. We still have leads that'll hopefully draw a clearer picture for us.
Sorry to interrupt, but could you tell me more about the plants we're looking for? Are they special or something?
The two look at each other before Ro motions to Javier.
Go ahead and tell him. You know the details more than anyone.
The fox sighs and looks at the fox sighs with a look of hesitation visible on his face. The plants we're looking for are a man-made subspecies of fern. We don't know the specifics, but it's public knowledge that Cypress has been developing something to absorb carbon dioxide and other heavy gases for a while now. We suspect they're utilizing these ferns for their research, but not for the reason they claim.
Oh, I hope these plants aren't dangerous or anything. I know there's a whole subspecies that oozes a bunch of white sap that's highly toxic.
Sap? Yeah, that sounds like Rose. He's always like this. He's always just calling this man out, and I love that for him.
Ahem. We don't know, but this is related to the harbor fire I showed you earlier. What? The plants? Cypress. Remember how I mentioned all but one person survived the harbor fire? Before we launched our investigation, we managed to acquire Cypress's internal investigator list, and one of the names led us back to the harbor fire. The catch is, the particular name belonged to a company that went under shortly after the incident. The company being Blackout. What kind of company was Blackout? Research and development. I see. And what does that have to do with the harbor? The cargo ship was imported goods at the said harbor, including some from Blackout. Strangely enough, it's rumored their goods were the only thing completely destroyed, other than the shipment only suffered minor damage.
Oh, here, let me turn up the volume of the game a little bit. Gotta get that mood music in here, right? I sighed, weighed down by the complexity of it all.
Okay, I get it. I think I get it. It's just a lot to wrap my head around, so we're going to investigate Blackout now?
Actually, I suggest we take a short detour and look into this after we check up on our friend at the hospital.
Agreed. We might get more information on the situation. Theodore.
The mention of the incident earlier makes me nauseous, and I'm not particularly looking forward to what we might encounter later tonight.
Do I have to go too? I was hoping I could take things easy before tonight.
Ro notes my apprehension and offers a reassuring pat on my back, gesturing towards the door.
Assuming they're awake, don't you want to hear the events from the source? Might be important. Yeah, I guess. Hopefully they're coherent enough to speak with us. They really took a beating.
Well, not as much as of a beating as Ro gave to that one guy. I'm sure our friend is fine, probably. The fox gets up and throws a couple of punches at the air, in which Ro rolls his eyes.
All right. Let's get going before I beat you.
Ha, you wish, you mutt. I take a deep breath before getting up, mentally preparing myself for what's to come. With the two in such high spirits, I feel like I can do this. Maybe. Oh. Alright, everyone. I'm going to end the part here, so I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys around.